Trick. Charlie, we've come a long way.
I tell you.
We do so. Let's be why you for remember me. Yeah. Yeah. Like, Charlie, how much are you giving me? 20K. I beg, boss, make it 25 and make her take the 5 give and the dusty. Why? It too and the dusty too was up. Oh, yeah, you know.
By association.
If it's all you for doing, let me too, I'll feel like
Sure.
I'll feel belonged.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll feel like, yeah, this is my hard work.
Yeah.
Anyway. But everything be cool with you?
Oh yeah, by grace. Yeah, everything be cool. God has been good, I must say. Yeah.
But it seems now your attention with music, I don't know, forgive me, but you've not been releasing as much as you used to. What's going on? Is there a problem?
Well, not really. I even internally we have these discussions, like myself and my manager. We have this, and I always tell him, I don't believe in just like releasing something and then you
like
leave it and release another one. Yeah, because and then he was like, "Oh, why?" I said, "Actually, the work we put in making music, it would be painful to just release a song and not do so much about it. At least get some good promotional plan or something. Exhaust the song for some time before another release." And yeah, we came to an agreement. But then now that like a whole project is ready, we'll be doing some releases before the main album. Yeah.
But the kind of songs you've been releasing, what's your target? No, from a hardcore rapper.
Yeah.
I never found you in any battle. Were you a battle MC? You started as a battle MC?
Started as a battle MC.
Okay. Then, hardcore. Then you started into commercial music. After that, you moved into contemporary, something away. How do you call them? It's contemporary, right?
Yeah, it's contemporary.
Yeah. Why the switch?
Well, I didn't even see the switch coming. I just think I fell in love with a new sound, or maybe started hanging around people who were creating, those kind of, songs. And I fell in love with it. And so every now and then I'll find myself maybe with a band, or find myself with maybe Papaka, or Otin, or and then Genius was also a band musician,
right,
and so
right.
mostly we'll be rehearsing than being in a studio recording, and so the rehearsal vibe is what we carry into the studio, and then along the line I kept meeting people who were creating those. Then I found like there's a whole market that nobody has tapped into. Not like yet. People were doing songs for that market, but it wasn't something that anybody was looking at from this side. So I'm like, okay, let me see if I can get a bit of that.
Which market is that?
As well? Oh, the very your typical very Afrocentric music, deep music lover. The same person that would love like a Yusundo and still want
alternative.
Yeah, but I don't like to call them alternative, especially because we are in Africa.
Right.
Also, somebody that will still listen to your Salif Keita, and then come, even when they are trying to listen to the new guys, they would listen to somebody like Sidiki Diabate.
Wow.
Or so
I love Sidiki Diabate.
Yeah, I love his music as well. And so and then when I started listening to a lot of francophone vibes, like the Fally Ipupas, and Kofi Olomide, and I actually met Kofi Olomide's manager some time back. And so, and playing a lot of the African festivals, I just fell in love with that new sound, and I just kept
these festivals. How do you get them?
So there are ones that reach out, and then there are ones that we apply. If you're on any of the Music in Africa portals, you find the festivals there. we do a lot of research as well. Personally, that's what I do, and then I send it to my manager to follow up. And then we send them, and they ask us for your repertoire and stuff. Once you send, if they think it fits the festival, they'll write you back and ask that you come on.
Originally, I think you were in Amsterdam.
Yeah, I was
or
in
Belgium.
I was in The Hague, yeah, in Netherlands, yeah.
Hey, how many back wow. Yeah, no, no, but I feel like you don't trumpet your achievements or your work enough, or we, the media. Recently, I was in talk with, okay, I need not mention names, but a musician and his manager, and we were on a flight and we're having this conversation. The manager said, "Is it because we don't travel with presenters or people like you, where we need to amplify our achievements or the things we do? Because we go, we come back, we just put them out on social media. So what about the ones who don't go on social media? They don't see or hear of the things we do. Like, would it be appropriate if we go with you and we are touring, we're going to Australia, we're going to, in fact, they're going as far as going to Japan and mentioning some countries. Like, okay, yes, I don't mind going with you." Then the producer said, but you cry, you are a DJ as well.
So yeah,
we can work with you.
Work, yeah.
I think that you don't. At least you need to get someone to, if not go with you, at least transfer stuff to. Yesterday I was at The Hague. You should know this. Tell the people or let it be known across, so that the listeners will also keep me relevant. I think these are some of the things we need to shine a light on, because when I saw it, for me, I was highly impressed. I mean, a man who has paid his dues back home, but now extending his coast. I mean, he's gone all the way to The Hague in front of hundreds or thousands of white men who may not even understand jack of the things he's saying in his song, yet he's communicating through his music. And for me, that is spiritual. So for me, I was very much impressed. Honestly.
Thank you.
I was. But is it difficult communicating with them?
No, not at all. You can say some of the things in English, and then you have to have an open mind, on that stage. Yeah, either you are ready to receive an applause or whatever happens, So I don't go thinking they have to like jam, or I go thinking I'm going to have fun, And so once I get on the stage, I mean, you speak some English when you want to tell them what to do. Maybe raise your hand or wave or hold the person next to you. That kind of thing. But then the song, we don't compromise. If it's in Ga, it's in Ga. If it's in Chi, it's in Chi. And then they vibe to it. They vibe. I remember when I was performing "Show Me Your Love," it was very emotional. Like I could see them, vibing, and because I asked them to hold hands and wave, and it was quite emotional. They didn't understand the Chi part of the song, but they know that I'm saying "Show me your love," and so I always explain the song before the next track. So that helps for them to at least get what I'm trying to say. And I think music is just, like you said, it's spiritual. So it goes beyond words. Once the frequencies are moving, and most of my songs, have a very and doesn't have a very harsh frequency. Mostly very between the 111s, so it appeals to the mind. So once you're listening, like you're calm, it takes you to like that meditational mood, sort of. So it was easy to get them to.
Do you feel butterflies in your stomach sometimes?
Oh yeah. I always say whenever they call me to come on stage, that's when I feel like using the restroom. You know what? Yeah, all the time, all the time. It's only after like a first 2 minutes then
you recover.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It happens to all of us.
It happens.
Charlie, hey, I beg make a peek. When did we go make up?
Yeah. It happens to me all the time.
We go be quick.
Yeah, it happens.
It doesn't matter the size of the crowd. For me, be it big, small, I still have that feeling.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you've never been to any performance or on a stage where people didn't really respond?
Not at all. Like I think
lucky you.
I did a performance in Cape Town. So the thing with me is I don't try to impress a crowd. I try to make sure like the performance is on point. So I always imagine like our rehearsal or something, and even when we have to improvise, like I put myself, because with this band that I played with, I couldn't go with the whole band, like my band. Yes, my band. So I had to use a carpet band from The Hague. They themselves said, "Charlie, your songs are difficult." You know, because of some of the elements in the song,
the
arrangements and those. And I'm like, look, don't stress yourself. Thankfully, I can arrange.
Okay.
So we would do some improvisations. So do this, change this one, that. And I was a bit afraid because I'm like, these are white kids who are trying to play very typical African sound. I'll miss my percussions the way I want them and what have you. But we'll have to, like, for example, if I'm performing at Akake Moko, I want to get the band logo sound proper, But they did a great job, and this is the beauty of music and collaboration. They did a great job. Whilst they were playing, like, I could see that this is not going as planned. But do I focus on that or focus on entertaining the people? So I always, like, in my mind, look, it's the next time to, like, show up and go hard. I don't really look at, impressing. And in a crowd, I always pick one person. I pick the person that's smiling the most. And I focus on that person.
Just to boost your energy.
To boost my energy. Like, I keep my eye on that one person who's, like, having fun and enjoying the performance. Any other person won't matter to me.
Do you get an opportunity to sell it? To sell your music afterwards?
Yes, always.
You go with hard copies or?
So there's somebody in the crowd, and then also we do the QR code on the screen.
Okay.
I break. That's why I love live performances.
Okay.
I break.
You break to sell.
Yeah. And I noticed that anytime I do a performance at a different place, the stream, the back end, when I check my back end, the locations, it reflects.
Right.
It reflects. You can see now I'm getting maybe downloads from a particular area that I wasn't getting. And so I would say for the past maybe 4 or 5, maybe 4 years, it's been South Africa. Like,
really?
Yeah, most of my downloads come from there. It's been South Africa. And which is why I keep going there back and forth.
You do activations there?
Yeah, a lot. Like, I actually do a lot of things there. My last show in Cape Town.
I remember. I remember my trip with you to South Africa in 2000.
Oh yeah, 2008. I was sharing that story with somebody.
Okay.
I was like, hey, Kuma. Yeah.
I remember my trip with you in 2008.
2008, yes.
Yeah,
It was like a Channel O event, and at the same time there was a Big Brother event.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Charlie, that's why you for sending the money. Oh man. Okay, so you go there too. Recently we were there. I was there with Hagla, and one of the things we realized that a lot of Ghanaian musicians don't do are activations in, outside Ghana.
Yeah.
Because I think we are too comfortable back home.
Yeah.
And when it comes to these activations, when you go on stage and you mention your name, for example, Kamido, they knew his music. They didn't know him. They knew his music. And so he started playing some of these songs, but when it got to Sugarcane, almost the whole place was upstanding. Everyone got that. For example, Kim Promise, they knew his music, but he had not performed there before.
Yeah.
As Terminator began, I think, which song did he perform before Terminator? There was another popular song that they knew. He did one other song. I think it was Ashaku. I think that one, Paris, yes.
Paris, okay.
And they loved it because they knew the songs. And afterwards, we were thinking, actually, I think we need to be coming here often because not a much bigger crowd. However, it was impressive. So for you, going back and forth that area and reflecting in your streams is worth it.
Oh, yeah. I must say, South Africa has been a blessing to my career. Working with people like Rav Gam. Also, me, I'm very strategic. So what I notice also when our brothers go, they look out for our brothers over there to hold them down. I do the opposite. I like to work with the locals, with the South African locals, or if it's in another country with a local there. So whether a local promoter or, because mind you, they're also looking out for that collaboration.
Right.
They also want to know what you can do for them in Ghana. So it's a win-win situation. But when you meet like a Ghanaian, is either he's hustling and he's also trying to find his foot, you know. And so, because if you give the work to a hustler, he will cut some. He will definitely do some cuts that will favor him for some time before focusing on the main work, which is not bad. He needs to hustle. He's hustling. But when the locals, this is what I notice. I notice they appreciate the little that you give them. Also, they want to know what you can also do, you know, for them. So, for example, when people were doing collaborations, I realized that DJs were very big in SA. One of the first songs that I recorded there was with Rav Gum.
Okay.
It was a house DJ. And like someone said, but why won't you pick like another DJ that would...
Maphorisa.
Yeah, Maphorisa, yeah. But house is big in SA and everywhere else. And this, I checked, you know, his catalog, and I realized that he's huge. So why not work with him and then get him to? Because I remember when we released the thing, they put the song in. There are a few house websites internationally, and all of them featured the song. Okay. And I know it wasn't my effort; it was just by association with Rav Gum, you know. And Rav also became a fan. After that first one, he sent like 2 other beats, which I haven't recorded yet. But I always say, I will always record with him anytime, any day, because I actually saw numbers, like actual numbers for the first time. Like I saw numbers, like, and anytime I see like the numbers, I know Raf is playing somewhere.
Okay.
You know, so I ask him, like, are you in Germany? And I'm right. Oh, yeah, I just play some.
No, because you check with the area.
I check with the area, yes. And then suddenly, like, maybe one Friday, you see, like, you're getting a lot of streams. And you know when they send you your report, when it hits a certain threshold, then they send you. So when it comes regularly, then I know maybe Ralph is moving around. And it's always that song. It's always that Alikoto, that particular song. And so you have to be strategic. Like, I go on their TV channels, I go on their radio channels, and I deal with the locals. Like, I meet a local producer, and I say, you know, I'm from Ghana.
Isn't it difficult?
It is, but everything is difficult. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, everything else is difficult. Like, for example, what I thought it would have been easy being a judge on a TV show there. But I realized that, no, the show is on DSTV. It's not on like a local channel.
It cuts across
Africa. So what I can rather do is to leverage on the things I've done in Ghana. So the moment I say, oh, I'm from Ghana, you know, I'm award-winning, I've recorded with this person, I've been on this show, that show. And what do you do from Monday to Friday? If you're not careful, the way the country is, you will chill, sir. So I wake up like a Monday, and then there's a plan, you know, take an Uber Black, go nicely to an office and enter and ask for an appointment.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's what, like, there was a time that I roamed the streets of SA so like Joburg so much, like I knew I can know the places by, you know, just easily like that. It comes by heart. I just know, okay, I know to go to this corner, take a right to this place, go here. Live like one of the guys. And that's one of the songs I recorded. I went to a producer's place. His name is Makwa. He's like a street king, sort of. And I know that I was recording in the midst of like criminals. Like you can tell that
like
these
a
guys,
ghetto.
yeah, it was a proper ghetto. But I had to flow. You know, I had to, you know, vibe with them, flow with them, and we ended up talking about.
You didn't end up tasting anything.
No.
Yeah.
No, we realized that when it comes to common things in countries, the ghettos have a lot in common. That's what I can say, because we realized that all the things they were talking about, some of the things they do, is similar to
Ashaman
or Nima, and I'm from Shukura area, the Flamingo side, so it was easy for me to vibe. Now, guess what? So we booked like a house somewhere around the Var River, and very beautiful houses by it has a river that passes through the house and everything, and it's a very white neighborhood. And I'm there, and I said, you know what, this house, the way is nice. Let's shoot a video here.
Okay.
I can pay all the money and I will not shoot a video.
Right.
And so I just called Makwa and I say, hey, boss, I'm trying to shoot the video for the song I did with you and your artist. You know, can you just come by with your guys? Andy, the kind of people that came there, and the number of times the police visited the house.
Gangsters.
You like even me, I was scared.
Really?
Yeah, I have a video of the shooting. It was
BTS.
it was crazy. Yes, I have the BTS. I mean, these guys came. We did a braai. You know, they had drinks and everything. But you see, when you see them, you know that this one.
They came in full regalia.
Yeah, and then everybody in the town, is a small town, so everybody in the town knew that strangers,
something was
happening, you know. So the police kept coming, asking us what's happening here. We had to show our papers, why we are there, what we are doing, and all of that.
Did you acquire any permit?
No, I mean, we just had to show the Airbnb booking.
Okay.
They called the landlord, but then the landlord didn't know
that
we're going
activities.
to. Yes. So we told them that it was just a little braai we're having in the house. The guys would leave. We took advantage. We're just shooting, having fun. Then they said, "Oh, neighbors are complaining that strangers are coming into a particular house." So that's why, you know.
Just the sight of them, or they were making noise. Were they disturbing?
And the sight will scare you.
You see this guy? This
guy, not from here.
No.
Yeah. But they're very nice people. Like those guys, you know, Makwa and his guys. And Makwa is like a ghetto kid that has made it big. And so he also doesn't want to push the guys away. They all live with him.
Right.
So, and as a producer, he records the artist. So if you want raw talents, I always go to his house, because that's where you find the raw talents, the guys who are coming from the streets proper. And I always say, even the Amapiano that they do is very different. Like the guy, he's quite gifted. He's very gifted. Like he doesn't struggle with music. He will just create music, and he's just sitting there, you know, with his blunt or something, and within a few minutes the guy's recording.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm like, you record just like I do, you know. So we sat in a day and we did a whole EP. So I recorded like 2 EPs in SA.
Hey, wow.
Yeah, but I haven't released them. And then other singles as well. I've recorded with artists like Azana, Mtunzi, most of their guys, from whether R&B, hip hop, all the way to their traditional. And one thing I noticed, most of their executive producers will say, "Please sing in your language."
Okay.
Yeah, you know. So I learned that from there. So yeah, and I have friends like, you know, club owners. You know, those you need those, because those are the people that will push
to hold you down.
The record. Yeah. Anytime a Ghanaian artist comes, I know. I may not be there. I may be maybe in another country, or maybe in Ghana, but they'll tell me like, "Oh, so and so is here," you know, like, and I go where the music lives. You know,
Okay.
I go where the music lives. Like, I know the person that will pay you right when you go to maybe like a Cape Town or Joburg or Eastern Cape or something. Yeah. So, yeah.
Listeners in the studio, I have Trigmatic. Bernard Fifi Mensah on Facebook. Please join us on Facebook, guys. Bernard Fifi Mensah says, legendary Matic. Kofi Yesu said, we miss you, bro. I thought Stonebwoy featured him on Manoji until I knew. Munye. Munye. Ablekumanana Lay says, shout out Andy, legendary Trigmatic, and all your wonderful pundits. Ablekumanana, do you know him?
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
I love his style, by the way.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't know Nana Lace? You need to put him on one of your songs.
Yeah. I like it. I like his vibe.
Yeah, I'll give you some vibes. Fofozela. Senameka.
But Andy, you know, like joke, and the way that guy is able to hold falsetto, yeah, he's talent.
Yeah.
If you understand his art form, like, you appreciate his craft better. He's dope.
You know, one time I was in a barber shop with Ochami Kwame, and we were having a conversation, and his name popped up. All of a sudden, the barber went on YouTube and started playing some of his videos, and people burst out laughing. And we were talking about, for close to an hour, we were discussing him. And Ochami Kwame was seated quietly, and the barber asked him, Bra Kwame, had a feeling, Anna? And Kwame said, why do you ask that? I said, the way I were quiet. And he said, have you guys realized for about an hour, we're discussing one person?
Yeah.
If you think he's dumb,
Yeah.
we'll be talking about him here. For a minute, I was asking myself, why are they not talking about me? I'm here. They are not discussing me. They're discussing someone, thinking he's funny, he is this. Oh, no, let's listen to his interview with Andy Dusty. Let's listen to him with Dr. Pounds. And they kept playing the videos back to back. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Big up Ablekumanana Lays. Miles Wood says he's watching live. He says, can't wait to be on your show, Andy. Okay. Drip Lord Messiah. So, Mr. Andy, good morning. I'm watching from Ewutu Breku in the central region of Ghana. Keep up the good work. Theophilus Novosa, lyrical lyrics. Okay. I like that, lyrical lyrics. Joseph Gordon said, Trig the 10 South Africa, no. Theophilus Novosa says, I love you, Trig. Storyline is always on point. AC Slay says, good day, Daddy. I hope you're good. I really want to meet you. Okay. I'm always here, sir. I'm always here. Okay. Trig is in the studio. George Quay says, hey, Ochami Kwame in a barber shop. You won't go finish. George Quay. That guy's a comedian. George Quay. Why do I think George Quay must have his own comedy show? Like,
I agree.
Like, yeah, he's holding it down.
I agree.
Like one night with George Quay.
I agree.
Hey.
I agree. No, it will be crazy.
Hey, that guy.
There's a side of him
that guy, he crazy. George Quay.
And he says some of the most random things.
He crazy rough. Celebrity Pastor said, great show, Andy. Please ask him if he has quit radio forever. Have you?
Yeah, I can say for now. Maybe not forever, but for now. Like, I'm not getting the edge to go back. Yeah.
What made you leave?
Ambition. Like, I don't like being at one place for a very long time. And I also realized that there are other things to my first love is music. And so I wanted to chase that and all the other things that come with it. And so I needed to take it. It was quite sacrificial because I had come to love it, and it was paying. At least,
was it?
Well, it was giving you that regular income.
I was about asking you whether you were treated right.
Not entirely, and I think that should be stopped across board, But I met it. It introduced me to a lot of people. I must say, it did introduce me to quite a number of people I wouldn't have that I later worked with, along my life's path. So I won't totally say it was a bad experience. It was quite good. it taught me a lot of things. It taught me patience. I also, one of the biggest things I learned on radio was patience and humility, because there are a lot of artists that I saw coming up, even though I was an artist, and some that I had my own reservation about, but yet you still have to push them with the love and embrace that they needed. Some will be good to you, some will be ungrateful, but you still have to, keep pushing. One would have thought it would have been easy when I need a collaboration. I can easily maybe call an artist because I was on radio, but that was when I wasn't getting people doing stuff for me at all. It kind of hurts my music career a little bit, because also I wasn't getting interviews, because then they think it's from, I wasn't getting so many interviews unless my friends that were on radio, so those were the downside, but the good side were very good. Even in SA, when I went to SA, one of the things was that, you are on a station, you've been on a station, there's YFM in South Africa, right. So it was easy for me to get interviews there and do a few things with that.
How did you get on radio to start with? I've never discussed this. I've never heard you talk about it.
The real story is funny. So I used to write for a magazine called Sparks Magazine. I was the editor. I used to carry a little recorder, record the interviews, go write, come up. But then I decided to join the sales team as well because it pays extra. So I joined the sales team one of the times to one of the Miss Malika pageants. And then I met, I'll hustle you to buy. And at the time, I was just a battle artist. So it's people didn't know me, sort of. So I met this woman called Akosia, and I rushed to her, and I was like, Akosia, you need to... And he's like, how did you know my name? I was like, I think I've seen you on TV before. And he used to be around the Boogie Down Nima guys. So, you need to buy a copy of this. It's like, why? And then I started selling the magazine to her. She was like, you're a really good salesperson. This is my card. I'm the GM at Vibe, if I can mention, Vibe. And so call me whenever you are around that area. Now, this is me. I was in IPS then, and now UPSA. So I took a trotro from there, and on my way, I don't know what happened. I think I realized that I could only get off at Nima Junction, and so I just got off there. I didn't know where Vibe was at. Vibe had left Trust Towers at the time. So they were at a Pyramid House or so. So now I dropped there and I have to walk to Circle and walk to the house. And I said, but this is the same place the woman there. I saw the Vibe there. I said, okay, let me go in there. I go and then she's there and then she's like, hey, hi, how are you? I remember you. I said, yes, I remember you too. It's like, have you done radio before? I had never done radio, but I used to call in. Okay. I was a regular phone in guy. And then she said, can you sit in for the host of the Saturday show because she won't be able to come? And I said, yeah, I can do it.
You are naughty.
Naughty. So I just met DJ Vision, who was there, who was the technician there.
He was a technician?
Yeah, he was a technician there. And then Vision came outside, and Vision knew me from the battle days because they all used to come to Bless the Mic or Lyrics' Lounge. And Vision said, hey, Trig, it's like, oh, you know him? He's like, yeah, I know him. This guy can rap. And he's like, okay. So then the woman was like, okay, I'm curious. The Saturday when you're doing your thing, you can also do some rap. I said, okay, yeah. And Vision pulled me and said, but you go if you do the radio. I said, Charlie, bro, I have no idea. It's okay, don't worry. I will sit in front of the console. So when it's time for you to speak, I'll push the buttons for you. And the console there was like the digital one. It had just come. Okay. I'd gone for interviews and seen the faders, but I had not seen that one before. And Vision really helped me through my first show. Now, this is what happened. My first show, when I went home that day, I told everybody in my area.
I did already.
Yeah. So the next day, so now they started getting calls from Vibe was a proper Nada B sort of. So now when they're getting calls from my boy from Shukura, Newtown, Nima, so the woman's like, nah, you've brought something different to the show. Can we keep you as a co-host? But unfortunately, the finance guy came and said, you can't be paid, whatever. I said,
that's some.
yeah, I was like, no, don't worry. I don't even want them. This one is enough. This one is enough.
You will take cash.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh, yes. This one. So we started doing Young Vibes. I was a co-host. I was co-hosting with Jeremy until I myself envisioned we would always go on 12 a.m. and do a freestyle session every 12 a.m.
Do hip hop.
Hip hop, crazy hip hop. And we got everybody on the show from the J Souls to J Town at the time, even the Kwakesses and Co. They used to come on the midnight show, and it was big that time, and at the time, like, guys wanted to do hip hop and battles started doing. So nobody knew. I think people started telling my cook, but he was wondering, like, how, because nobody does any show 12 a.m. I know the guys are doing the show. One time we're there, and then Akosia walked in on us. We thought she was going to say stop it, and it's like, no, you guys can keep on. I'm listening to the phone-ins and it's good, so you can keep it. That's how I got my actual show, but then I was doing Young Vibes with Jeremy, and then 3 years later, Y came, and I was one of the few people they picked.
Wow, what a story!
Yeah.
Listeners, Trigmatic sharing his radio experience. It's small.
Yeah, and I became the co-host for a show that I used to call in.
Hey,
yeah,
live.
Yeah, every 11 o'clock.
Okay.
Morning,
Okay. Now you have a new show coming up. What's that?
Osaje Fo's Night.
Osaje Fo's Night. Is it in commemoration of Kwame Nkrumah's birthday?
Originally, that was the idea, or that has been the idea. But this time we're moving into the 4th of October. But on his birthday, we would only do a talk party in one of our Music Speaks series, to talk on some of the things that he did for the arts community. Yes.
How do you call that? Ghana Yoo.
Ghana Yoo. The Ghana Yoo is a song I
Yes.
just released. Yes, Ghana Yoo.
And you worked with Uncle Ebo Taylor?
Yes.
Shall I not be small?
I tell you.
How did you get the feature?
So the first time I met Uncle Ebo, I was starstruck. I met him in Nigeria for celebration.
Okay.
He had come and Uncle Ebo came with a bus, like a whole bus. So when the bus entered, and
What kind of superstar grade?
yeah, because there was Al Jazeera with him, just to cover him.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was like, Charlie. But and then my drummer said, no, he's Ghanaian. I know him. Let me take you to him. So my drummer introduced me to him, and he was like, Wobble Live. And I said, yes, one Kodumbo Live. And we shared the same stage. I humbly say that it was after I followed up. I didn't, because Charlie, for me to see that, people, very important people were, and then Shehu had said that that's the grandfather of Afrobeat.
Right.
I wanted to understand. I wanted to know. Yeah, that Shehu always refers to him as his grandfather. And then later I found out that Fela himself worked with him, played in his band. Kind of, and I could see the similarities in their sound, and I realized that Uncle Ebo was doing it way before Fela. So I was like, okay, wow. So this actually is the originator, or could pass as the originator. I need to follow up. So I told my team that our second Osaje Fo's Night, we need to honor Ebo Taylor. I'd realized people had sampled his songs for international songs, people like Usher, Ludacris, and Co. So why
Kelly Rowland,
recent Swiss Beats, and I'm like, nah, guys. And I was watching a movie, I heard a song in there. I'm like, guys, we need to do something for him. And then he also reached out and said, I'm doing a festival in my hometown. Would you like to come? I said, Uncle Ebo, please.
Don't ask.
Don't ask. I'm already there.
Just tell it.
Yeah, not talk to me about money as well. I'll just come, I'll do it for you. And then, and then we did that. And we've become like family, his team and my team. So when I thought about this idea, I spoke to them. And it just took me asking. It didn't even take a day.
Oh wow.
Yeah, once I said it was like, oh no. You pick one song. Let's see which of the songs you want to. Well, and I really love
So
Heaven.
you sampled his song.
I sampled his song, and I asked.
Which of them?
I Acher Abrabo.
Okay.
Acher Abrabo, and I know the song because it's a folk song, you know. So I was like, I want to use this one. Funny enough, when I sent a couple of songs to the producer, who's not Ghanaian, you know, he's Zimbabwean but lives in South Africa. That was the same song that he also picked, and I was like, you know, this one there, we are aligning. Once we are aligning, let's go for that. And then we decided that everybody will expect us to do an Afro beat, you know. So let's not do that. Let's commercialize the sound. Let's create like something crazy, something different, but also very fresh and urban. You know, we thought of using the Amapiano sound, and then also fusing the high life, still leaving the horns in there and seeing how it will work. And I think it worked perfectly.
Okay, fantastic. So you having your concert. When is that?
It's on the 4th of October
4th October at
Alliance Française.
This is okay. Again, it's to honor Osajifo or is in memoriam.
Yes.
How well do you revere Kwame Nkrumah?
Oh, I don't know if I would say so much. So much because he played a very good role. If you look at his style of governance, one aspect of it was to use the art. And for me, it takes a bold heart and a good leader, because all the great leaders, well, whether they were bad or good, use some form of propaganda or a tool to tell their story.
Okay, hold it. I'm asking this because politics in Ghana now, should I say, some of the things you hear politicians say sometimes become sour or bitter.
Yeah.
Or a bitter pill to swallow.
Yeah.
Recently, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's issue came up again when a politician had some way somehow said things that were something that most Ghanaians termed unpalatable or wasn't proper to say. Did you hear it?
Yeah, I did.
How did you feel? What was your reaction?
Yeah, it was quite disheartening to have like a son of the soil, a politician for that matter, to make such utterances. However, I realized or noticed how people came at him, so I'm sure he has learned a lesson from that. But
Are you sure he's learned something?
Are
you sure he's learned something?
Well, he will know that that thought is unpopular. At least he will know that thought is unpopular. I think anybody that will sort of talk down on any of the achievements of the man who'll be doing him or herself a disfavor. He was a great man. But you see, greatness without resistance, negative people attacking and all that is not entirely greatness. Even if you go to, I was shocked to find out that some South Africans don't believe that the Mandela that we saw is the real Mandela, you know, and that they some even think that he's a sellout, you know. I was shocked, you know. It had to take me like hours of argument with some of them, you know, before they're like, okay, like I'm telling you, no, when you go to other countries, this is how we revere the man and blah blah blah. Before they're like, okay, brother, you know, but you know, for them, they think that okay, he did this, he did that, you know. But these are things that, like, and I'm happy you mentioned politics because these are things that politicians do. and is one tool they use for that is propaganda. So these must happen.
For me, I was crestfallen, honestly, when so such what we're talking about here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Listeners, we are about ending the interview. I hear you have another interview on Joy Prime,
Yes.
and that you have to go. I really want to soak into this song, man. I wish you would listen to the song before
Let's do that.
Listeners, here's new music from Trigmatic. Yo, no one does it like these Africans, man. No one does it.
Yeah.
A DJ can stand there and play like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, one beat. Like they play as if it's been looped. Sometimes I get bored, like, and the crack around and say, change the music. Man, this is good. Is it out yet?
Yes, it's out. It's out on all the platforms, everywhere. Audio Mag, Boomplay, Apple Music, Spotify, is everywhere. Yeah.
So October 4, we're coming to the concert at Alliance Française. What time?
It starts earlier on in the day with an art exhibition called the I Am in Chroma Arts exhibition, and so there'll be a call for all artists next week. Imagine being in Chroma and painting the Ghana you want to see. So that's the idea. Come exhibit your work. We will vet it, but then you still have the space to exhibit, and we'll have some good people. If you want to sell, you can do your sales and whatever you want. And then the performance starts from 6 p.m. And please, it's 6 p.m. If you come,
emphasizing on the time.
Yes, it's 6 p.m. If you come later than that, you will miss a good part of the show.
Are you selling merchandise?
Definitely. We will have some bands. We'll have some bands and some T-shirts. And then we'll have some of the old records. So people have been asking me for old CDs.
Very important. Yes.
So we'll have some on display. Some of the albums, from the Matic album to Permanent Stains, we'll have those ones there, selling those ones.
Which one did you have that long title?
Stain on a Cloth. And Stain on a Cloth, it's funny. Everybody on there now is like some big person right now.
Okay.
From the person that designed, so the person that designed that album cover is Sihine, Nana Sihine.
Right.
And now he's one of the big directors, video directors, filmmakers actually.
Sure.
Yeah.
I catch the body chopping obviously. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. 4th October, 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
How much are we paying to enter?
It's 100 CDs, but you can go on my website, www.trigmaticmusic.com, and get it for 80 CDs.
Oh, wow.
Now, yeah. So the pre-sale ticket is 80 CDs on the website, trigmaticmusic.com. And then at the gate is 100.
Okay. Listeners, let's all be at Alliance Française on October 4, 6 p.m. Prior to that, we have to go there earlier from 12 p.m. Go there and see things. You can even get one of the rooms, take off your clothes, and someone will draw you.
Wow.
You didn't catch it earlier. I like that. Wow. You'll be drawn. When you are done, you take it home. Or you can even auction that.
Yeah, if you
that will also get you some good money. Yeah. Auctioning myself. What? Trey, thank you very much for coming, my brother.
Thank you so much, Andy.
Thank you. It's always a vibe whenever we meet, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. Listeners, that's it with Trigmatic. October 4, Alliance Française. Alliance Française.
Alliance Française, tu parles français?
Qu'est-ce que est
This
is Hitz.